guys, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. I want to say good night one, good night all. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be sharing a very simple recipe with you guys for goat and squash stew, and this is a very tasty and delicious dish. If you want to see how I'm making it, come on down and let's get cooking. So I have my squash here that I'll be making the squash and goat today. I just have to peel it up and I will show you the next step. So for my goat and squash today, I have my goat nicely washed with lime. I'm going to be adding some seasoning to this before I start pressuring the meat. And I'm going in with salt. All the measurement will be in the description below. Black pepper. And I want to add some green seasoning that I just prepared here. I'm going to go in about 2 tablespoons of green seasoning. And this have garlic, fine thyme, broadleaf thyme, green onions, and pepper. And I'm going to add some cassava cassareep. And this is the Pomeroon cassareep, which is known to be a very good brand. I'm gonna add this because it tenderizes the meat and it also preserves the meat. So I'm gonna add just about a teaspoon in here. I'll mix it up and then it will also give the meat a nice color. And I'm gonna cook this in my pressure pot until it's nice and soft and tender. And then I'll show you guys how I cook this along with the squash. So I put my pressure pot on the stove to warm up, and this is the meat here with all the nice seasoning. I didn't put any oil in the pot because the meat have a little bit of fat. So in you go, and then I'll mix this up a little. I'm gonna let the natural water of this meat cook out. And then I will be adding some extra water to make the meat nice and tender. So let's cook this for a few minutes. So these are the seasoning that I'm going to be using for the squash. I'm not making it curry, but I'm just going to make like a stew squash. I am using regular fresh seasoning. I have some garlic, some green onions. I have 2 wirrie pepper, and I have an onion. I'm gonna cut these up while my goat meat is pressuring, and then once that's finished, I'll show you how I put this together. My goat is cooked out. The natural water is already evaporated, and I have a nice color from the cassareep that I added. So to make the meat soft, I'm going to add some hot water just to cover the meat. And I'll pressure this for about 20 minutes. And then I will take it off and add it to the squash. So in the pot, I have about a tablespoon of oil warming up, and it looks like it's super hot at the moment. So I'm just gonna move it around. And then what I'll do now, I'm gonna add my onion, pepper, garlic, and green onion. Everything is going in right now. And I will give this a stir. And then the meat that I had pressuring, I'm gonna add it to this seasoning. because we want to add flavor now to everything. So this is the part that we're building flavor. So I'm gonna let this fry up for about a minute and a half or so. Ingredients to infuse together. And then I'll add the goat into here. So our ingredients is cooking up nicely, and now I'm gonna add my goat into the pot. And this is already pressured. And I will add some tomato paste to this. So I'm going in with 1 heaping tablespoon, 2 heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. We're going to turn this up. And let everything mix in nicely. You can also curry this dish as well, but today I'm gonna make it differently. And this is looking good, look at that. And it smells nice, so I'm gonna add the squash into here now. And this squash, my hubby helped me to cut it up. He's a good sous chef. And he's doing my video right now too. So in goes my squash. So we're gonna mix all this up. To hold the pot because I don't want to get burned. And then this is looking beautiful. You can also add fresh tomatoes in here, and it will do a nice job as well. I'm gonna add some salt right in here. So salt, a little bit of black pepper, and just a simple but beautiful dish. When it's done, I'm gonna add some fresh fine leaf thyme, and then we'll let this cook until the squash is nice and soft. And we will come back to this soon. So now I'm gonna add my thyme in, and you can leave them with the stem or you can pull them out if you like. The stem have a lot of flavor too. So I'll just mix this in a little, and then I'm gonna cover it down and let it cook in its natural juice, and we'll check it back in about 4 to 5 minutes and see how it's doing. So let's check on our squash and goat stew. Wow, it is cooking up nicely. So there is still some water. I did not add any water into this pot, but when you cover the pot and you let it cook on its own, the natural water from the vegetable like the squash would always spring up, and that will be enough to cook the squash. So now I'm gonna cover it back and let it cook some more, because you can take it down like this, chunky, but sometimes I like it to go a little bit more softer. And look how beautiful it looks with the goat inside. I can't wait for this to be done. So let me cover it back and we'll come back and check it in a few more minutes. So the beautiful squash and goat is finished. I'm gonna plate it up and let you guys know how this tastes. It is looking scrumptious. So here is that beautiful squash and goat stew, So simple to make, but yet delicious. And it is piping hot right now. I'm gonna let it cool down a little and then I will serve it up, and it looks really, really nice. So here is that beautiful plate of goodness. I have my squash and goat stew with rice. You can eat this with roti as well. But before I do the taste test, I have a success story to show today. And this is one from Reza that he baked, followed my recipe and baked a homemade bread. So right after this, I'm gonna show Reza's success story for the bread. So guys, I'm gonna dive in now. You can also make this dish as a curry, but I like to change it up sometimes. I have a piece of that goat here. I'm gonna take a nice mouthful for you guys. To all my viewers and all my subscribers, here is your mouthful. Cheers. Amazing. That squash have a sweetness to it, and I didn't let it completely melt away. Like, some of it is melted, but I wanted to keep some with the chunks. And the goat is cooked perfectly. It's melting in this dish. This tastes so delicious. You have to give it a try if you never had it before. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to press that subscribe button. You only have to subscribe to one video. Until then, I want to say to you guys, stay blessed, stay safe, have a good night. Bye for now.